Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. My name is Zoe Abube-Eduardo. Coming up, NDC to produce evidence to back claims of deliberate attempts by Attorney General to falsely implicate the minority leader Dr. Kaisel Ato Forcing. Still to come, financial analyst describes calls by the Federation of Traders for the reduction of the cedi against the dollar to 10 cedis as impracticable.
I think a request for the cedi to be brought down to 10 is unreasonable and it will be very difficult to achieve.
Still to come, Electoral Commission sets December 4 for special voting ahead of the general elections. And later, Anglo Traditional Council dissociates itself from alleged smuggling of cocoa involving a bus registered in its name. This bulletin is also live across our partner stations. In the Western region, we are on Ajempa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takrade, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade, Bono region, Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyani, Ashanti region, Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 also in Kumasi. Volta region, Revival 99.3 FM in Tajivu, VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohoi. Northern region, Radio Bimbela 91.9 FM, Upper East, Quality 88.7 FM in Garu, Upper West, Tonsong 97.3 FM in Wa, and Drapa 96.1 FM. Across the globe, we are also live on citinewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for your time this afternoon. Now, the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, is expected to put out evidence corroborating claims made by Richard Jakpa, the third accused in the ongoing ambulance procurement trial, alleging an attempt to falsely implicate the minority leader on May 23. Richard Jakpa alleged in court that the Attorney General had repeatedly pressured him to falsely implicate the minority leader and former Deputy Finance Minister, Dr. Kaisel Ato Forcing. The party has announced that their national chairman will present what they describe as ironclad evidence today, supporting Mr. Jakpa's allegation of a concerted effort to falsely implicate the opposition leader in the high-profile case. The NDC will hold a press conference later today and bring you an update on that particular story. Now, the leadership of the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners has refuted claims that its members have called for their resignation. The association allegedly faces accusations of neglecting the welfare of small-scale miners since their election 4 years ago. However, the leadership lamented that those spearheading these allegations are individuals previously expelled from the association for misconduct. In an interview with Citi News, the General Secretary of the association, Godwin Ama, emphasized the association's ongoing efforts to enhance the welfare of its members.
I saw the press statement coming from some three people. Number one is Philip Bauer, and then Amwa and Co. One, I really don't know the rest, but the Philip Bauer is someone who used to be the secretary for the Ashanti chapter, and due to some one or two issues, about 3-4 years ago, he was indefinitely suspended. So he's not a member of the association. So he doesn't have any capacity to even talk as an association. We are currently doing our national registration to get proper data of all miners in the country so that we'll be able to use that data to influence policy. Capacity building is ongoing. So if he's a member of the association, like you know, most of these things are happening. But he's lost touch. So I think this should be treated with some sort of discontent.
That was the General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, Godwin Ama. Financial analyst and acting chief executive of Dalex Finance, Joe Jackson, has described as unreasonable calls by the Ghana Federation of Traders for the government to bring the dollar to cedi rate to 10 cedis. The Federation, in a statement yesterday, called on the government to take measures to lower the exchange rate from 15 cedis to 10 cedis or face their wrath. According to the Federation, the free fall of the cedi is depleting their capital thereby jeopardizing their businesses. Speaking to Citi News, Joe Jackson said that even though the market projections indicate that the rate may worsen, he believes the cedi to dollar rate will rather stabilize.
The simple answer is no, it's not. Even if you look at the projections by the Honorable Minister of Finance as to how they're going to bring the cedi down, it's not going to happen in the next couple of days or the next 2 weeks. It's going to take some time. I think a request for the cedi to be brought down to 10 is unreasonable and it will be very difficult to achieve. I think it will, based on what the Minister of Finance said, I think the markets will calm down a bit, but I don't think the cedi to dollar rate will come down. I think it will stay where it is and stabilize. Unless something new happens in the market, I think it will stay where it is for some time.
You heard the financial analyst and acting chief executive of Dadex Finance, Joe Jackson. Now, the vice president of Group Indom, Nana Oforio-Usu, has indicated that the company will continue to pursue the revocation of the license of GN Savings and Loans in court. Group Indom argues that government's failure to pay contractors that owe GN Savings and Loans led to its liquidity issues. Its founder, Dr. Papakwesi Indom, has therefore intensified calls for the government to rescind the Bank of Ghana's decision to revoke its license. However, the government has refuted such claims, arguing that GN Savings and Loans had been insolvent since 2016. But Nana Oforio-Usu insists Group Indom did no wrong. He spoke on the Citi Breakfast Show.
There's no way that contractors could be paid that is unknown to the receiver that we have now. The receiver would have received those funds into their account. So for them to say they have paid our contractors, it's a lie. Because they themselves, as a receiver, would have been the recipient of the payment into their account.
If the companies that owed the entity are paid in full and the joint payment certificate is issued and the receiver takes those monies, you believe that GN Savings and Loans is in a position to run?
Yes. Our assets will far away our liability.
Are you in court specifically? And what are you asking for in court?
Oh, we're talking about the reinstatement of our license.
As a savings and loans company?
As a savings and loans company.
Wonderful. And how is that case going?
Because you can't reinstate something that you didn't have.
And how is the case going?
So at the High Court, it was ruled against us. We have now gone to an appeal court. We have filed a notice of appeal. It will be filed any time within the next week or two. That thing would have been filed at the appeals court level. We are fighting this thing to its logical end. We will never give up. We will never relent, especially when you know you have been wrong.
Nana Oforio-Usu also described as untrue claims by the government to have paid contractors.
UNOCO has done an investigation. Please go to UNOCO and ask them what is the outcome of that particular investigation. This is another palpable untruth. So these things were put in place to justify a deliberate collapse of GM Bank. Because all those things that they said is not true. The man says that 30 million is what is owed by government. 30 million. The sea defense, one project alone is over 200 million. One project, the sea defense. The company's name is Raja Construction Limited, doing Disco Sea Defense. Go and find out if what they owe is 30 million in just one contractor. So what I'm saying is that all the stuff they put before the public is a lie. It was a justification to go after a Ghanaian. So you're asking yourself, why a Ghanaian company is a target of this? This should be on everybody's mind. All these other universal banks do not give access to credit to Ghanaians. Now the institutions that are Ghanaians that are giving credit to access to Ghanaians to improve their business.
Nana Oforio-Usu is vice president of Group Indom. Let's now hear from the Association of Road Contractors. They are demanding details on the contractors said to have benefited from the 49 billion cedis said to have been paid by the Finance Ministry. At a press briefing on Friday, May 24, Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam announced that the government had expended around 49 billion cedis on contractor payments. However, the road contractors contend that the government owes them close to 15 billion and denied knowledge of receiving such substantial funds. Chairman of the Road Contractors Association of Ghana, John Affle, is however demanding answers on their location and the actual beneficiaries.
Government owes us a lot of money. When you come to the road fund management board, there's as much as 6.2 billion owed at the end of March. And when you go to Cocoa Board, over 5 billion being owed road contractors. When you get to the Ministry of Finance, a huge sum of about 6.7 billion also owed. When you add up, it is well over 16 billion owed local contractors on road works that we have done. Yeah, local road contractors. And it ranges from 2016 to now. There are some certificates as far back as 2016 that have not been honored, that have not been paid. So disheartening. We are in pain. Nobody is helping us. We are surprised the Minister of Finance has come out talking about 49 billion paid to contractors. Who are the contractors, my sister? Who are the contractors who have been taking those huge sums of money? And 49 billion, as against what the owe us of over 16 billion, it means they have tried all our rates. But as I sit here as the national chairman, I don't even have a peso paid into my account. So where lies the truth about that?
You heard that the chairman of the Road Contractors Association of Ghana, John Affle. Health professionals at the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital are raising concern about the alarming rate of respiratory-related infections being recorded at the facility as a result of the effects of climate change. At a news conference in Kumasi, the Emergency Medicine Society of Ghana emphasized that the rising temperatures and unstable weather patterns pose severe health risks, thereby worsening existing medical conditions. Dr. Daniel Osei-Kwame is the president of the Emergency Medicine Society of Ghana.
We stand at the forefront of climate change adverse effects. From extreme weather events to shifting disease patterns, our region bears the brunt of this global phenomenon. We are witnessing firsthand the repercussions of climate change on our health systems and our communities. The rising temperatures, the erratic weathers, they all pose a myriad of health risks, exacerbating existing medical conditions and giving rise to new challenges. Heat waves, though may be rare, they've become much more frequent with the passing years, and they've led to heat-related illnesses and deaths. We are witnessing today an uptick in climate-related disasters, including floods, storms, and wildfires, which not only cause physical injuries, but also overwhelm our health infrastructure and resources. In the face of these emergencies, the resilience of our emergency medical service is put to the test, highlighting the need for preparedness, adaptation, and collaboration.
You heard there Dr. Daniel Osei-Kwame, who is the president of the Emergency Medicine Society of Ghana. You're still listening to Citi Prime News. Stories we've been bringing you. NDC to produce evidence to back claims of deliberate attempts by Attorney General to falsely implicate the minority leader, Dr. Keisela Tuforsin. We also brought a story where financial analysts had described calls by the Federation of Traders for the reduction of the cedi against the dollar to 10 cedis as unreasonable. Still ahead in this bulletin, Electoral Commission says December 2 for special voting ahead of the general elections. We also hear reactions from the Anglo Traditional Council dissociating itself from alleged smuggling of cocoa. Stay with us, we'll bring the details shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Are you a JHS student in Ghana? Are you a wordsmith with a passion for development? Do you have a way with words that captivates and inspires? If so, then join the Literacy Challenge 2024 now. The nationwide search for the most outstanding junior high school students in Ghana is on. Do you think that it could be you who goes home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write about the role role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana? What changes would you like to see, and how can young people contribute to making them happen? Script must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent or guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Citi TV or Citi FM or P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM, supported by Citi TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap, and Fortune Spread.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You welcome back. This is Citi Prime News. Now, the Electoral Commission has announced December 2 as the day for special voting in the 2024 elections. Now, special voting is an opportunity given to certain categories of registered voters, including journalists and security agencies, to cast their ballots before the National Voting Day. All qualified individuals and organizations will have to submit applications from 17th of June to 1st of July 2024, showing proof that they will be occupied during the election day. Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah, addressed the press conference today.
The number of voters allocated to a special voting center is higher than the threshold set by the Commission. Another center is designated as a special voting center to facilitate the voting process within the same center. And so we have a split within the same center if the number goes above the 750 threshold. Modalities for the 2024 special voting. To ensure a seamless application and voting process for all applicants of the special voting, the Commission has adopted the following measures. Applicants who have misplaced their voters' ID cards should replace their cards during the exercise to replace the lost ID cards to enable them to state the correct particulars for the application.
You heard the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah. Now, Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor has attributed the breakdown of regulation in Ghana's mining sector to years of neglect in properly equipping the Minerals Commission to fulfill its mandate effectively. He noted that it is not in the country's best interest to concentrate the work of the Inspectorate Division of the Commission in Accra, whilst Minerals Commission officers in mining areas lack the necessary logistics to effectively carry out their duties. The minister emphasized the need to decentralize the operations of the Minerals Commission and enhance its resources to ensure it can execute its constitutional mandate effectively.
This is major. I mean, as you know, the problem we've had, which is why we've had this breakdown in regulation in the mining sector of our country, particularly small-scale mining sector of our country, because we've not been able to regulate the sector in a manner that we should. You have the Inspectorate Division of the Minerals Commission sitting in Accra. The mining is taking place in Obuasi and the rest, and you do not have enough personnel to inspect, to ensure that licenses, when they are applied for, are processed on time, and so on and so on. This is what has brought us where we are today. And it's been years of neglect, of not putting in place these kinds of infrastructure and putting in place, enhancing the operational capacity of the Minerals Commission. Because the Minerals Commission, that is a regulator of the mining sector of our country. And so what we are doing, we're building this, we are building one in Tamale, we are building one in Bole, we've built one, I'm commissioning one in Akimoda and Bibiani. And so we took a deliberate decision that if we are going to be able to bring sanity in the mining sector of our country, particularly the small-scale mining sector of our country, it will mean that the regulator must be where the mining takes place. They have to build their offices there, they have to have personnel there, they have to have the operational capacity and the regulatory capacity to regulate the mining sector of our country. So this is major, this is significant.
That was the Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor, who made these remarks during an inspection of the construction of a state-of-the-art office for the Minerals Commission in the Ashanti region, expected to be completed in October this year. Now, the $80 million Ghana City project will feature office spaces, banking halls, a laboratory and a museum. Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission, Martin Aisi, stated that the completion of this project, along with similar ones across the country, will enhance the Commission's efficiency.
4 major mines will be taken care of from here. Ahafo, Newmont Ahafo, and then the new one that will be commissioned next year, so we are already ahead of them, Asanko and Obuasi. Those will be run from here. Let me repeat, Newmont, Ahafo North and South, Asanko and Obuasi. Yes, and then you have one in Tamale and Boga that will take care of the northern sector. So we are on course and we'll have more personnel so that we'll become more efficient.
That was the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission, Martin AC. Now, Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry and Member of Parliament for New Jobbing South constituency, Michael Otribefi, has made a passionate appeal to his constituents, especially traders at the Zamrama markets in Koforidua, not to resist attempts by the government to develop the Eastern Regional Capital. Over 200 traders at the Zamrama market have strongly resisted plans by the Municipal Assembly to relocate them to a new site to allow for the contractors to revamp the market with lockable shops. In an interview with Citi News, Mr. Otribefi stated that such resistance does not augur well for government's business.
For me, I believe that Koforidua has become a very big municipality and it has become a very important city in the whole political setup of the country. So we can't just be seen as a town that is still operating within the old glory. You know, we have to move on. There should be new development. There should be new infrastructure in the system. And that's what we are looking at. We don't want to see Koforidua as an old town. We should go there as a new town. And that's how come we believe that project that we want to execute as an assembly or as a constituency, people should be able to cooperate with us, able to undertake those projects. Because, you know, change is inevitable and it is also very difficult. Nobody likes change, but that is also inevitable. Because it is inevitable, people should also have it in mind that whether you do whatever you want to do, they will change one day. So when it catches up onto you, you have to just embrace it and make sure that you fix yourself within it. That's what is happening now. People have started opposing projects that we are doing, which is not too good for us as a municipality.
Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry and Member of Parliament for New Jobbing South, Michael Otribefi. Meanwhile, the Municipal Chief Executive for New Jobbing South, Isaac Apo JC, has been assuring aggrieved traders at the Zamrama market that all of them will be given back their shops once the contractor hands over the completed project to the Assembly.
The contractor has been given his award letter. There are 4 slots. 2 contractors are going to work at Zamrama market. It's 4 slots and the contractor will begin his work at the end of this month. And so the Assembly haven't promised the market women that before we allow the contractor to take or hand over the place to him, we will have to make sure that we have provided an alternative place for them to also apply their trade. We are doing exactly that. If you go to the railway lines, or if you go to the cocoa shed, behind the cocoa shed, or Agata Market, we have cleared a huge stretch of land where the market women will be sent there.
Municipal Chief Executive for the New Jobbing South, Isaac Apo JC. Now to the Northeast region, where the Chereponi District Security Council has announced that residents who fled the Nalori community are returning to their homes. Following a conflict over farmland on Sunday, heavy security was deployed to the Nalori and Ando communities, with parts of Nalori bent down, causing residents to flee. In an interview with Citi News, the council's chairperson, Hajia Nashiru Zuwera, confirmed that a joint team of military and police personnel is patrolling the community to maintain peace.
Yes, what we have resolved at doing is to intensify patrols at the areas within the Nalori and Andu area. And since yesterday, the police as well as the military have been patrolling the area. So there is relative peace there. The Ghana, he will be sending his people of and Nalori. So I think in short, these are the things we have done. And because security is currently present at the communities, the people are returning home.
Has there been any arrests?
Not yet, because we came to an agreement that they should produce the people who sent the tractors there to farm that provoked the incident. And so they have promised to produce the people, and also promised, the other side have also promised to produce the people who did the first attack, what community elders. And we have put in that to them to produce the people, otherwise we'll come for them.
Hajiana Shiruzuera is a district chief executive for Treponi in the Northeast region. The Anglo Traditional Council has distanced itself from an alleged cocoa smuggling offence involving the use of the council's branded Toyota bus. The driver of the bus belonging to the Anglo Traditional Council was arrested at Atimpoku in the Eastern region while transporting bags of cocoa in what police suspect is a smuggling attempt. According to the spokesperson for the Anglo Traditional Council, Agbotuada Kumasa, the driver was not sanctioned by the council to convey any goods and could therefore not be acting on behalf of the council.
That car was conveyed on the 3rd of this month as part of the donation that the Home Affairs to and the vehicle was driven by the driver of the Home Affairs, One God's Way. But telling people that he was asked to convey cows to Mansha, but it's lie. It's one of the greatest lies. And then the vehicle is not a truck conveying goods. It only conveys the chief official duty. So by using the vehicle as a cargo conveying goods is also against conditions of use of the vehicle.
Agbotadria Kumasa is the spokesperson for the Anglo Traditional Council. Now, the Cybersecurity Authority has reported a significant increase in incidents of individuals falling victim to social engineering, resulting in unauthorized access and account takeovers on WhatsApp. The authority noted that 187 reports have been recorded as of April 2024, matching the total number of reported cases for the entire year of 2023. Speaking to City News, Isaac Sokritimensa, who is the senior manager of the Cybersecurity Authority, explained that victims are being tricked into sharing their WhatsApp verification codes with malicious actors, leading to these breaches. He added that sensitization on the matter had become necessary to prevent these crimes from escalating.
We've received incidents over the period, and per the data that we keep regarding the reports that are made to us, we've seen a surge in account takeovers, especially regarding WhatsApp. From January up until April 2024, we've received a total of 187 cases. Comparing that to what we received last year, from January to December 2023, we received the same number. So that was over a 12-month period. However, for the past just 4 months, from January to April, we've equaled what we received last year. It shows a surge, and if we don't put out this public alert to notify people about what is going on, the modus operandi, how these accounts are being taken over, and what people should do to protect themselves from being taken over, we are likely to see maybe the fourfold of what we are seeing, which has quite some ravaging impact if care is not taken.
Isaac Sukrit-Mensah is a senior manager at the Cybersecurity Authority. Now, members of Parliament are set to resume from recess on Tuesday, June 11, 2024, for the second meeting of the fourth session. The House was adjourned abruptly by the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagwin, on March 20 after an extensive response to a letter from the Presidency cautioning the House to cease and desist from transmitting the anti-gay bill to the President for his assent. The Majority Caucus on May 3 petitioned the Speaker for an urgent reconvening of the House to address key government business items, including the adoption of the 34th report of the Appointments Committee and a motion on the additional financing. A letter from the Office of the Speaker has, however, recalled members of Parliament from recess for proceedings to commence on Tuesday, June 11, 2024. That's how we end Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio in Adabraka in Accra. You can log on to our website, citinewsroom.com, for more news. My name is Zoe Abubeiduado. Many thanks for listening.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.